It's the Screen Team, and we're back here on today's Talk 930 KWOC. Chris and Sabrina doing the film Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. It's the final particular segment in the four-part series, and it ended. It finished. It's done. It's over. Sabrina, you got a chance to see it. What were your initial thoughts on the film?
This was such a roller coaster ride. It's like it crossed genres at some point in time throughout the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it had its unbelievable storyline, in a world where, and
should we remind folks what's going on
in this futuristic world where America and most of the country and surrounding countries have all
Pan Am.
It's become Pan Am, yes, right. And there's one capital, and the rings around that capital are what make up the different districts of the world, and they all have to live within their means and what's provided to them. And so you've got your poorest on the outside and the richest on the inside, and you got your president, and
President Snow.
He's nasty, and he's been playing this game, and the Hunger Games are how they reminded the people not to try and overthrow the government.
Yeah, it's a reminder for them.
Of course, in the first couple of movies, we see that is not the way Katniss Everdeen plays, and she manages to become, against all her wishes, the symbol of revolution by becoming what they call the Mockingjay, and the revolution takes her image and her struggle and her situation and plays it to their advantage.
So in this particular film, we're still at war. We've got the 13 districts against the capital, and we have got there's a lot of different subplots going on here. You've got Katniss. She's wore out. You can tell from the very beginning because at the very beginning, the very first scene that we see is that she had like an intrusion on her vocal cord. She could barely speak. She's tired.
How did she get that?
I don't remember, man.
PETA attacked her.
Was that from the part? I don't remember, man. That was so long ago. Why are you asking me questions?
That's so funny. Yeah, because he attacked her when they brought him in. They rescued him from the Capitol.
We're doing part 2. We're not doing part 1.
You got to understand what happened in the beginning. That's the sad thing, is that you have to see these other movies in order to truly understand and appreciate what's happening in this one.
Good point. So you've got these. I even forgot what my point was. We have these side stories. Obviously, you've got Jennifer Lawrence's character Katniss. She's tired, but she wants to end this thing. She wants to kill President Snow, but she also has this side thing where PETA is fried in the brain, but she still has a love for him.
Yes,
still has feelings for him, but he wants to kill her because he got brainwashed. Right.
Right.
See, I did watch the first film. What's up?
And then there's the triangle to that, which is Gale, and he was left behind because she went into the Hunger Games and had to watch her fall in love with PETA, and he still loves her, but he's become an army man now, and he's a high-ranking official, basically he's a key player in the revolution.
He's a big shot.
Yeah, and so there's this, there's the romance, there's the action, which is the battle, and the constant battling, and then there's the drama, of her internal conflict with everything that she's being played, that she is a pawn. She has no choices in any of this. Mm-hmm. She just keeps getting told where to go, what to do, what to say. And
she's starting to realize that even though she feels that she's on the side of the right side, she still sees corruption in that particular side as well, the same as President Snow.
Yes. And a lot of that is brought to fruition towards the end. You start to realize that maybe it's an important thing to always maintain your own opinion and not just be a pawn in other people's game of power.
Yeah.
And that is really an important element of this movie.
Wow. I like that,
Thanks, man.
Did you come up with that all by yourself?
Right off the cuff.
Did you read that someplace?
No, I just made that up right up. But that's how I feel about the movie. And then there's this genre skipping thing that they do. I mean, there are scenes in this movie that just literally took my breath away. As far as like, I hid under your elbow because they scared the bejesus out of me during that under that sub.
Or they're like in
they're
the
in
sewer.
the sewer, yeah, and those mutts come after them, and they just came from out of no. They did an excellent job building it up, and then bam, and then it was just bam, 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 and it was like watching something from a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just, oh my gosh, it was all over the place.
It was so awesome how they set it up, too, because it was done quietly. Usually when you do scare scenes, you hear the music and, you're expecting...
Jaws.
You're expecting the scare to happen. But with this particular scene, and they didn't do it right away. They held it.
Oh, my God. They held it so... It's like being in a roller coaster, and they stop you right before you go over the edge.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, go. Okay, go. Now. Okay, no. Oh, my God, I'm going to die before they do this. And then, bam, they take you down it.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
They had so much control over the audience in this movie until the end.
Until the end, what happened?
I hate to say it, but I don't like the way it ended. Although I'm not the kind of person who could probably come up with anything better.
Okay.
But it felt like they were just so tired of writing and so tired of filming.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I haven't read the books, so I can't say if it was true to the book and this is how it ended in the book and this is how it should end in the movie. But for a movie collection, for it to just go, it was like waiting for the biggest explosion of fireworks on the 4th of July and getting a little waterfall.
It was already a 2.5-hour movie. What'd you want? Did you want it to be like Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, where it's like 8 hours long?
No, I did not need it to be any longer. I
Okay.
just felt like I was in a dream sequence that turned out to be the reality. And it was kind of like...
Wasn't that good, though?
Well, not in this case.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, it is for the story, I suppose, but I just was left going, what just happened?
Mm-hmm.
So to me, the ending just kind of fell flat on its face, but I just can't figure out how to fix it.
All right, so there's 4 movies in this series. Where do you rate this film in the four piece?
Oh, because of the power they held over me throughout the rest of the movie, definitely a 5-star out of 5.
Okay, that's good. But out of the rest of the series, like, is this your favorite? Is your least favorite? Where is it in the middle?
It's hard to always say that the first one isn't your favorite because it's what got you hooked into the scenario. I am a big fan of the second one.
Mm-hmm. Catching Fire?
Yes. And does it beat those two? I don't know if it does. It's hard to say. They did a lot of manipulation on me during this movie, and it was excellently done. Excellent. But I don't know if it makes it my favorite.
Okay, fair enough. I give it 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
That's all I got. There was a lot of key elements that I was disappointed with, and I don't think it's the movie's fault. It's the way the story played out. It's the way it played out in the books. There were certain characters that I liked and wanted to see, move on and have happy endings, and I wasn't happy with the love triangle,
Who is?
I mean, come on, man. Let me ask you something. We only got a few more minutes here, but would you choose PETA over Gale?
Gosh, I don't know.
He's such a whiny baby, man.
Are you saying that's what happened?
Yeah. It's been out for several months. I'm sure people know what's going on. Would you choose PETA over Gale?
I don't know.
I wouldn't. I would choose Gale all day, man.
I just don't know. PETA kind of was the underdog for the whole time, and
He's
I have
whiny
a soft spot
baby.
for underdogs.
Fair enough. We'll leave it at that. All right, coming up after the break, more movie reviews here on Today's Talk, 930 KWOC.